And don't you worry, Matt. You about to start experiencing the screaming and crying again soon.
I thought I was done, man. I thought I was done. 10 years later, they got me back in the game. Got me back in the game 10 years later, man. That's crazy.
Let's get it.
The Sportz Nutz are back.
You are now listening to the Sportz Nutz.
What is going on, everybody? What is good? What is good? I hope you guys had a fantastic week. Welcome to literally the greatest sports talk show ever. It is the Sportz Nutz. Y'all, can you believe this? We are on the cusp of 250, and I know it's kind of interesting because, America 250 this year, but really cool that we're close. We're this close to 250. But hey, real quick, let's give a special shout out to everybody tuning in live, 95.5 KFCE, TigerNation.live, and the other 9 radio stations that we air on across the United States and now the 55 countries we air in. Y'all, you have no idea how much this really means to us that you are entrusting us to be your sports talk show. It really does mean a lot. Tonight's episode, though, is going to be electric and a lot of fun. Before we bring our guest on, though, Shaman, happy Friday. You made it. Hopefully you had a good rest of the week. How are you doing up there? Are you melting away? Because it is hotter than hot outside.
Well, it's not too bad up here. Today the humidity, you can kind of feel it, but man, it's been a good week. I went and had some chicken wings and all down at a little spot last night, and then I come home and I got one cousin that calls me. He's got an extra ticket to the NASCAR race this weekend, so that's what I'm doing Sunday. And then got another one that tells me, "Hey, you got an extra ticket to a concert up in Asheville." So, gonna have a full weekend, So definitely looking forward to this weekend, but also looking forward to the show tonight with our special guest Greg coming on.
Absolutely. I can tell you this, y'all. I don't know if it's there yet, but it is sort of a little here. We do have a little bit of the haze starting to show up from those wildfires. So, ready for this rain to come wash it through. Matt, though, man, happy Friday as always. I got to say, you're going to really enjoy this episode that I have lined up for you. But how was the rest of your week? Anything good you got to watch?
Man, I didn't really get to watch too much, man. But today is my official first day of vacation from work. It's like my official first day of vacation from work. That means I got up and did not go to work. But in doing so, all good things don't last long, man. I've been tasked to clean out the garage. So
hey, while you're at it, you can clean my garage too.
All right, man. Gosh, man, you'd be surprised, man. Garages are just a storage unit for everybody, man. And so it's just, especially everybody on this block. So, but nah, man, just happy to officially start my vacation today, man. I got a lot of things I need to catch up on. So I'm just in front of my computer, just been working all day today, man. So, well, other stuff, like sports, like podcasting, things like that, man. Just stuff like that. Just been working on it. So,
like I said, I'm gonna quote the great Forrest Gump. Mama, what's vacation mean? We don't know what vacation is around here. Oh man! But hey, guys, we have a very exciting episode lined up for you. His name is Greg Lane. He is the founder of Scout Signal. It is a sports app, and he is actually. I'm not going to go any further. I'm going to let him explain that to you. But then I got some really cool stuff I want to ask you guys. First off, Matt, and this is why I said this is going to be something you're geared to, enjoying a lot. But what could have been, right? And I'm talking about the Orlando Magic. And remember, I texted you this the other day, and I said, "Man, I just finished rewatching this magic moment."
Moment.
Yes, the ESPN's 30 for 30 about the Orlando Magic, and it made me really want to dive into it. And oh my gosh, man, that team! I remember it so well, Matt. It was stacked. So we're going to talk about that one. There is a brand new collegiate athletic program, and they have officially joined. Wow. The NAIA world. And yes, this is a real institution, but we're not done seeing additions. So we'll talk about those in a few minutes. And I'm going to tell you this is really exciting to share with you guys. This FIFA World Cup is going to go down as literally the most watched World Cup in human history. And I know the numbers already. It's the preemptive numbers for Sunday's final, and you guys are absolutely going to be blown away. The 2027 NHL All-Star Game has been announced. Matt, it's kind of in your old neck of the woods, so we'll talk about that one. Plus, we have the sports stories segment. Now, look, guys, this is the second to last time. I'm honestly thinking we should just continue this on, though, until the start of season 7, which again comes in August the 14th. So we have that one. And then everybody's favorite segment is the honorable mentions, where we give love to up to 5 stories that you just don't get enough of coverage from the mainstream media. But you know what, though? It's in our DNA. We do. We have that and a whole lot more. Plus, we have you guys, the most interactive fans ever. All right, let's get it going. Our guest, actually, real quick, I have to give a special shout out. If you live in the island of Hawaii, more specifically on Oahu, and you are looking for someone to host your catering events, send me a message, Brandon Keeler on radio at gmail.com, and I'll get you in touch with Bobby. He is the owner of Kalama's Cuisine, which is a fantastic catering company based in Honolulu, Hawaii. And yeah, if you want to have some to die for a local mocha, that would be the guy you talk to. All right, let's get it going. Greg, man, what's up, brother? How you doing?
What's up? How is everyone? Brandon, Matt, Shane, how is everybody?
Good, man. Dude, seriously, thank you so much for coming on and taking time, obviously, out of your day to come on the show. It really does mean a lot to you. To us. So as we've said so many times before the show, sports are designed to unite us. No matter what's going on with the outside world, sports is just something different about it. Can you tell us a little bit about your journey with sports and what you would like to emphasize about your journey and what it is exactly you are designing, sir?
Thank you. I just want to say, first of all, thank you for having me. Me and you've been talking for a while now, back and forth, and you told me I was going to come on the podcast. I was a little nervous, but you're like, just take a breath. It'll be all right, and just let it go, right?
Yep, exactly.
So, so this is actually my first ever podcast. So again, thank you guys for even having me. Sports is a huge part of my life. With my son, he's on 2 travel teams. So we're always going to practice. We're always going one place or another. Growing up, I loved everything about sports, competition, the teamwork. Just the discipline and the friendships that you actually build along the way, the journey, I guess you would say. It's just it teaches you so much more just how to play a game. It just teaches you, to work hard, overcome setbacks, and just never quit. Even if it's hard, just keep going, and it'll eventually come out. As I got older.
Boy.
Yeah, I know, right? So, as I just got older, the passion shifted, being an athlete to becoming a sports parent, just backing my son, whatever he needs, I'll do whatever I have to do for him. couple past weeks, it was just a huge eye opener with my son and I. And like I said, just seeing he started with PAL, and then we got into the travel team, and then we just recently got him into another one. So he's 2 travel teams. He's a big dude. He's taller than me. He's only 14 years old. He's got a size 14 shoe, and he's like 6'2". I'm looking up to him. I'm like, oh man, here we go, here we go.
Yeah, buddy.
So, and just watching him evolve, and he came a lot when he started with the Long Island Elite 495, as a lineman. Just from him starting that, it was huge just to see him grow and become better. And the coaches tell me his footwork is just, it's like a college, kid's footwork. So, we're getting there, and we had a little bit of a speed bump, the past 4th of July. But he's doing a lot better. And like I said, just between all the, travel football organizations, we're just constantly traveling to practices, combines, camps, and just being around, youth sports, basically, like I said, every weekend. So I built, well, almost there. It's sleepless nights sometimes, but Scout Signal, Peak Fuel, and Centric. So it's basically the app that has 3 apps and basically in one. It's heavily AI driven. It'll give you, for the scout side or coach side, super easy access just to try to find an athlete.
Uh-oh. He'll come back in a second. If you guys also, I don't know if you hear this, it's thundering like crazy here. So you guys might hear the rumblings going on, and so I apologize on that one.
Oh man, it's been pouring here all day.
Yeah, did you? While we're waiting for Greg to come back, did you see though, Matt, like the flood emergencies that are starting to show up in downtown Atlanta?
Yes, I did, and I can tell because it was raining crazy here, man. It just the sun is starting to come out now. You know how Georgia is. It'll monsoon, then the sun comes out, and 30 minutes later,
and then it's hotter than blue blazes outside.
Yeah. That's how it works, man. So. Hey, man. Hey.
There he is. He's
back.
It works. All right. Hey, welcome back, Greg. Oh, can you hear us?
It's cutting in and out, and it's weird. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you absolutely. So what you were saying, you were describing the app, correct? Oh, he went away again. Oh, gone it. There he is. He's back.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
Yeah, let me walk over to maybe. I'm down by the water. They're doing work at my house. They're putting a new AC in, so I had to step down. I went to, let me just take a, turn it around so you can see where I'm at. I'll blame the view for the service interruption. I apologize.
Nice wonderful smoke going on.
That's a nice view.
Yeah, it's crazy. Hey, bless the families with everything that's going on there. I pray for them every night since I've, figured my wife had told me, and I was like out of the loop with everything going on. So I was out of the loop, and seriously, bless all the families, in Canada with the wildfire and everything. Yesterday, the past couple of days, it's been crazy, actually. Yesterday and the day before, it was just like, you couldn't see anything. It was just, today is like one of the beautiful days. So I apologize about the service interruption. All right. I don't even know where I was. Do you remember where I was at?
Yeah, you were describing the what your app is. Could you get a little more detail about it, please?
Yeah, I think I was on Peak Fuel. Basically, yes. Was that what I were? All right, yeah, Peak Fuel, and I'll mention again with the Apple Watch or any other. There's other brands out there that connect to our app, so it'll give you your sleep, it'll give you your walks and everything else. So that's another feature, and then Centric, that's another big thing. Like I always say it. Everyone's so fast to be like, their feet. They think that, they're quickest out there on the field. But if I have one up on you with, training with Centric, which is cognitive training, if I have that extra, I'm going to say like 0.2 seconds, whatever it is, I'll have a better advantage on you. Even if we're the same speed and everything, I could pick out what's going to happen before you even see it. So that's in there too.
That's an exciting app, though. I mean, how long did it take you to figure to formulate this? How long did it take you to formulate all this?
Oh man, a while. It's just like I come up with like new ideas. There's the other thing that we're gonna have, the Meta glasses, what I have on now. You'll be able to go live. So if I was at my son, I could be taking them on the sides. I can go live. If my wife isn't there, that'll be, I can just sit on the sidelines and just basically live view it where she could see everything just right in the app. So there's like a bunch of like little features that I just come up with, and then I give it to the developer, and he's like, "Okay, you got to stop now with all these different little things you're sending me. Let me at least finish what's going on." And I'm like, "All right, man, I'm sorry." And it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, like me and you were speaking. Like I'm sending this guy like all these like things I want to change and everything else. He's like, let's slow it down, Greg. Let's just finish this. I was like, I know. I'm sorry. It's just more ideas. But it's addicting, man. It's just addicting because I see it all coming together. Like, because we had to build the back end, which is like basically the web browser. Because obviously with Centric, I want you to able to learn on a laptop or a PC, which is not on your phone. Yes, you can do it on your phone, but it's just training your brain. And even for, I'm going to throw it out there, older gents like us, cognitive training will not hurt you. It will actually benefit you. So
You hear that? When you start using that.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna be like the #1 like subscriber to it once it's like on the app. I'm like, who's the most used person? Greg Lane. I'm like, oh, sorry guys.
That's funny.
But it's just a bunch of like stuff that I'm adding, and like coaches, I'm giving a lot of give backs, and to athletes that that aren't seen. There's a lot of athletes that are very good, but they're not seen. So that's what I'm trying to, give back, basically the communities, give them back to the leagues. There'll be like a monthly revenue where one league, has 300 athletes on there, 200 of them are signed up. It's free. The app is absolutely free. Everything, you can do whatever you want. You can make a profile, but the basics. So if someone's spending $8, I'd give them 30% of the revenue monthly, which gives back to them where they can, help an athlete that's, trying to join, or even uniforms or anything, just to give back where they can do anything they want with the money. It's just to give them back to the community and helping athletes. That's my biggest thing,
Absolutely.
and
I like
that's what I'm trying to build here. It's a family, just like how, this podcast and how I met you and we become a family. So that's how it was with sports. So that's what I'm trying to build, so.
I like that. Don't mind the thunder. It is
there.
storming here, crazy here. So you might hear the rumbling in my microphone. Just want to let you know it's probably what you're hearing. Man, that's pretty cool. Shane, you have a question. Go ahead, man.
Oh yeah, Greg. As Brandon mentioned, man, thanks again for coming on with us this evening. We really appreciate it. I want to jump right into it. The world of scouting and recruiting has changed a lot. Even
100%.
From my time, I think we only had like Max Preps and Rivals were the big websites out at that time. But now there's just too many to count.
100%.
And one of those things that you also said, AI is a big part of your platform. How are you going to is this app and the website and everything with Scout Signal going to centralize all the information for the multiple recruits, and what benefits does the AI having on the platform give you?
So everyone knows. All right, so I'll start at that last question. Whenever you get an app, you're like, what do I do next? Right? I'm on there. I'm like, okay, I want to work out. I want to go lift weights, but what do I do? Okay, I want to work out my chest or my legs, but you get lost. Like then you're on Google searching it and like, what should I do for my legs? Yeah, there's other apps out there, and here's the kicker, because it's heavy AI, it'll actually, you can go in it just like Chat GPT, it'll be just like that. So I can remember, hey, I want to cut my legs, give me a, so it gives you squat and do that. Everything's tracked to profile. So there's another thing that I'm designing. That's later. So yeah, but so everything like you asked, everything's heavy AI. So it's basically everything in there. It'll help you set up your profile. It'll tell you what's missing. It'll help you email coaches. It'll help or scouts. Um, Basically anything you want. You just go in there, ask you. It'll give you recommendations also to colleges. So if I'm a lineman or I'm a quarterback, I'll get into the other thing. It would just be like, okay, it's a lot of people, like a lot of people think, or parents think their kids are like D1, but really technically they might be a D2 and they don't know. So obviously the AI will look at your profile and you like, hey, I want to look somewhere in Florida or maybe Tennessee or Iowa. What do you suggest college-wise? So it'll come back with just a list of colleges, and the contacts. They'll all be in there for the coach or whoever you want to contact. So all the information is all at your fingertips, just like an AIA or anything like college related, or talking about basically anything. So the information be pulled, or it's not going to be guessed. So basically, it's going to be pulled from a source. Same thing with cognitive training. It's all already science backed. So a lot of like our polling will be from like .gov, just trusted sites. You're not going to have the AI be like, well, you could do this or you could do that. No, it's going to give you exact like information. And even for parents, they can obviously you can ask questions. So, and a lot of like myself, when I first started with my son, I had a lot of questions and I didn't know where to go. So I'm searching online. I might be getting, misinformation or just anything. So a lot of the information that the AI is going to handle, between the profile to colleges to, if you ask anything related, it's going to basically tell you. And another thing too is like with my son's, like I'm out there, I'm recording and everything, and I get home, I'm like, all right, who do I contact now to make some good film? So I came up with a program that's going to be inside the app. You could put in a 30-second clip. The AI will look it all over, and it'll make you a clip for basically a scout or a coach or your profile, where then you could share it. Obviously, you can share it between X, Instagram, Facebook, So that's all going to be on there too. So you can share it any platform. You don't have to go to Huddle. You don't have to go to any other place. Just, like 8 different apps. It's all going to be in the one. And if I was a scout, or like you said, like how am I going to look, try to find someone? So it would basically, I'll type in there, I'm looking for a quarterback in New York with a release speed of, say 3.5 seconds. Show me, who do you have that's got a 3.5, 3.8 GPA and is trainable? Because the AI, it keeps on reading your profile and everything that you're doing, because it's basically tracking you. So it'll give you everything in there. So I hit send. I get like 8-10 different hits. There's 8-10 different videos of each kid, and basically every day, anyone that loads it up, it'll know your search, and it would send you like, hey, here's another one that's in New York, or whatever that you're looking for. So it's all saved. So it's just like quick, boom, 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 and everyone through that's going to be on Scout Signal is going to be like basically have a rank in there too. So it's a lot.
Nice.
A lot going on. It's like I said, it's a lot, and I hope I answered your questions, but it's just like once I keep going, I'm like, okay, this is, it's just, it's a lot between everything and a lot of files, and like I said, it's just going to be heavily AI, which we already know, like this world's already going to it, but it's helping you out. You basically have a Scout Assist AI coach you open up your app in the morning, it's going to know how you slept. It's going to know, okay, I'm going to give you this type of workout. It'll give you like food recommendations and all that stuff, because I have another thing that's hooked up to it with food. So it's like everything's going to be, and just like I said, it's just going to, from your journey to 10 years old or everything, it's just everything that help you out and
I like that. That's pretty cool with that.
But
Matt, go ahead, man.
you'll probably sit here for about, you know,
Yeah, Greg. First of all, man, let me go ahead and say, man, the beard is immaculate. The beard is definitely immaculate, man. I gotta go ahead and let you know that, man. Uh,
Yes.
yeah, the beard is definitely immaculate, man. I got to give you props on that, man. I mean, we could just do a whole show on that, man. With all these
But-
young athletes,
no,
using the
it's
plat-
good. You know, it's hey, day by day, like I'm figuring it's going to be iOS and also was not, but what's that other? I forget it. What iOS one? The name of it. I got so I forget the name of the other download.
Go ahead, Matt.
All right. Yeah, man. With all these young athletes that's going to be using your platform, like, how are you guys protecting them from like fake recruiters, inappropriate communication scams, and like people misrepresenting their, credentials?
You got me?
Yeah, we got you. Can you hear us?
Am I back? Yep,
Yeah, you're
I
back.
got you. What was that
Go ahead,
question, man? I'm sorry.
Ask again,
Oh
Matt.
no, it's no problem. With all the young athletes that are going to be using, using your platform, how are you guys going to protect them from like fake recruiters, inappropriate communication, scams, those type of people?
So it's all going to be basically vetted. So when you sign into the app, it's going to ask all the information, especially coaches or recruiters. There's a lot of parent stuff. Yes, there's going to be younger. You can't stop basically everything. We could do so much as we can on that aspect, but we're going to have so many like rules and regulations basically in there where my son, he's 14, he's going to have my permission also. So as the parent, I'm going to be connected to the app also, so I can see what's going on also, who's contacting my son or daughter. And yes, there's going to be and this is where the other thing kicker comes into, since we're going to have all of the colleges basically in a database. So you might, but we could probably figure something out. That's a really good question. They might have to vet also and see where this person is coming from and making sure, because a lot of the contacts that we're going to have in the colleges, like New York, Connecticut, or whatever, I just type it in the search to, the chat engine, the AI, and just like, who's the head coach over there? Just make sure that you're not getting scammed. Obviously, like I said, there's going to be 1, 2, whatever, but there is going to be some, a lot of basically parent rights on there where they're going to be seeing everything that the child's posting. You got to, if they want to post a video, they're going to have to basically, okay that video, so it's going to be a lot of parent involvement also on that aspect. So they're not, Slow Joe over there is going to be, sending him a message inappropriate or anything. So that's going to, and especially with AI, it'll pick it up faster. I hope that kind of answered your question.
Yeah, I like that. That's pretty cool. My next question for you, Greg, is now you and I bring this up a lot. You and I are the same age, and we both enjoyed a plethora of great sports. At what age, though, did you absolutely fall in love with sports in general?
So I grew up in Florida. My sport was soccer. I loved soccer. And then I moved to New York because my parents had to take care of their parents. So that was a whole different, like, I used to come up every summer. My parents would ship me up here every summer. I'd stay with my grandparents the whole summer, go back and do school. So my uncle, I call him Uncle Wag, and he was really like, he had a Doberman. So his thing was baseball. He was a Mets fan. So he started getting me into that. We used to go to baseball games. So then I was a baseball fan. And then like really picked it up was like when my son started, like I tried to get him into so many different things, but when he picked football, I was like, okay, all right, let's do this. And that's when it really like became like huge, like so into it. Like you could ask him a question, like a player and everything, and boom, he comes up with it. I'm like, man, bro, how did you do that so fast? So like seeing him do that, and like I'm really into football. Like as you can see, my son's in 2 travel leagues, so we're always all over. We're in Texas. I think we're going to Florida in January. So that's when I really picked it up, and then that's when I started building this app, and it just went uphill from there. I wouldn't say downhill because I think what we have, it's going to be very good. I think, I have dreams of it.
Ain't nothing wrong with dreams. Ain't nothing wrong with dreams at all.
No. So, yeah, man, that's like when I really like taken off, and just like with him starting PAL and just going to games, he did flag football. And then I got a lot of other things going on, especially with someone that I've been talking to, which hopefully next time I'll mention to you guys, something big that's going to be going inside the app. But yeah, man, it's just, it's been a roller coaster. And like I said, some sleepless nights, but it's been good sleepless nights. So.
Oh yeah. We know that very well.
Oh yeah.
Shane,
but, yeah.
So Shane has the last question. Go ahead, Shane.
All right.
Oh yeah. Well, Greg, again, we can't thank you enough for coming on, telling us a little bit about your journey in sports and the Scout Signal app and everything. And I know launching the app is the next hurdle, but also saw that you guys might be developing a TV channel. Can you kind of let our fans and listeners know that that once the app's fully launched and everything, what they could maybe expect from that channel?
Who told you that, Shane?
Shane is our researcher. Shane,
I dig geek, and
I'm gonna tell you this too, Greg. A good journalist never reveals their sources.
All right, I think I know who it came from. No, so we're gonna have Scout TV. I'm getting it built right now. Actually, that's gonna be on Roku. So it's going to be basically athletes. So we're going to have like weekly athletes, standouts, with the ranking and everything that's going to be on there. We're going to, talk to them if it's, young. Obviously, we're going to reach out to the parents and see if they want to be, on Scout TV. We'll, whatever clips they have, we'll turn them into, some really good videos and just, put them out there, and then no charge. It was just because they're working their butts off. Why not just show whoever's out there watching, and just help them out. Like that's the biggest thing, is just helping whoever I can help as an athlete, just grow. And yeah, so they would be on there. If you guys invite me back on, I'd love to do another podcast. Maybe I'll even have an athlete to.
Hold on, he's back.
Uh-oh.
So what were you saying?
Did it get?
Yeah, you're back. Yeah, you're back.
God, man. All right. I love you. Don't get right. Oh my gosh, man. And I'm like, there's no houses around there, so service be bad.
No, you're okay.
Man. I think they know I'm talking about him, so they're like, let's cut him in and out. But yeah, no. And so yeah, Scout TV. Like I said, getting it built right now. It's to show athletes on there, and all the podcasts, and just not even that. Recruiting videos. We could do anything. So it's like I said, sky's the limit, and that's just the beginning. And I just want to showcase a lot of athletes out there.
Right on, man. His name is Greg Lane. He is the founder of Scout Signal, your newest sports app. Hey, real quick, Greg, before we let everybody go, before we let you go, can you tell everybody where they can find you on social media?
So, yep. So you got scout-signal.com. We're on Instagram a lot, which Facebook. X, we're on X also. Still trying the other ones, learn the other ones because I'm tech savvy, yeah, but then I start trying to do it and I start messing things up. I'm like, wow, Instagram's so easy, so I'm sticking to Instagram right now. So I can't mess that up. It took me a little bit, but yes, check so which is but yeah.
Great, man. I appreciate you.
Really, thank you guys so much. Really,
Yeah,
seriously,
man.
thank you for having me on.
Of course, man. We're gonna definitely have you on again. Don't worry. We're
Right.
definitely absolutely having you on again. I really appreciate you, man. But
I
I
swear
want
I'll have better service. I'll have better service.
Well, in the meantime, go
I'll be like-
enjoy your evening and tell everybody in your family
Thank
you
you.
for letting us borrow you, man. We really do appreciate it.
I will. Thank you guys.
Yep.
Have a great night, guys. Stay blessed. Take care.
Take care.
Thank you.
Always cool to talk to someone like that. I hate that his signal was intermittent, but really appreciate him coming on. All right, Matt, let's dive. Gosh, can I not talk today? Matt and Shane, let's dive into it. Basketball is one of the most amazing sports. There have been some absolute amazing athletes, moments in basketball that one simply can't forget. Now, Matt, I really am excited to mention this to you. Now, there's the team of the 80s, a.k.a. the Bad Boys. Just everybody quickly just remember the Bad Boys. Raise your hand if you do.
Of course, man. Detroit.
Yeah, that's right. Well, in between the Lake Show and the Jordan-led Bulls was one of the most entertaining and toughest teams ever assembled. Well, as you guys just heard, Matt mentioned it was the Detroit Pistons. Well, let's fast forward just a little bit. The year 1992, the team was the Orlando Magic, and that team was a team that was supposed to be a team of destiny. They had just drafted Shaquille O'Neal, but they weren't done yet. They had the likes of Horace Grant sign a free agent contract, leaving the Chicago Bulls to go down to this little town called Orlando. This team was only 6 years in existence, but then came the next that ever amazing draft where they drafted Chris Webber and then traded the rights right away, and they got Penny Hardaway. Nick Anderson was one of the very first players ever, though, with the Orlando Magic. This team was supposed to be the team of all teams. They were supposed to challenge the Bulls every year, that they were going to be the team. They were Shaq and Kobe before Shaq and Kobe even existed. But it wasn't. So let me ask you this, and I'm going to start with you, Matt, because you're my basketball guru. What do you remember most about that team, and how many championships do you think this team should have won had Shaq not gotten too big for his head and asked, I want $125 million instead of that 4-year, $80 million that he was getting?
I mean, Brandon, you're implying that Shaq didn't deserve that $120
No,
million.
I'm not implying that.
Shaq
He absolutely deserved it.
Yeah. Orlando should have just gave him the money. I mean, I don't know why Orlando didn't give him the money, but they set their franchise back for years with
They're
that.
still building
man.
back from it.
Exactly. That's crazy. They had the perfect team. Penny wouldn't have had to do too much. But anyways, getting ahead of myself. Man. First of all, that 30 for 30 was one of my favorite. This magic moment came out some years back.
2016.
Yeah, definitely one of my favorite 30 for 30s out there. That team was dominant. They had everything you needed. You had the point guard who was taller than every other point guard in the league, faster, just about faster and quicker than most of the point guards in the league. Penny had no weaknesses. People don't realize how good Penny was before he got hurt. No weaknesses, guys, in his game. Can play defense, can handle the rock, both hands, elevate, can dunk on you. Passing was top notch. Great rebounder. Dude had no holes in his game. The only issue with Penny's game was injuries. People don't realize that. So you had him coupled with Shaq up there, man. Shaq, we know who Shaq was. The power forward was Horace Grant. Horace Grant was very solid just before his Bull. After his Bull days. Then you go Nick Anderson, Dennis Scott. You had two elite shooters, two good shooters there too. I mean, guys, the team was really good. They lost. Well, people forget they beat the Bulls when that year Jordan came back.
Yeah,
Jordan came
Remember,
back.
they even said something about Jordan in his 4-5 that he was not the same Jordan. Then he comes back literally the next game.
Yeah, no. Jordan came back the next year,
and he came back.
But he came back the next. Yeah, he came back the next year, and he destroyed the Magic. It was something crazy. But Magic should have gave Shaq that 120 because that was nothing. I think Garnett got that a few years later, his 120. But they should have gave Shaq the 120, and we probably will be talking about them as one of the craziest dynasties that we've ever seen.
What do you remember most about the Orlando Magic, Shane? This team was literally they were part of a podunk area at the time that nobody was like, oh, the Orlando Magic. I'm not writing home on my mom about that. But what do you remember most about this team?
Yeah, the Orlando Magic, they were kind of that first small market team to get two kind of big name peak guys in back-to-back drafts. In 92 with Shaq and then 93 with getting the rights to Penny. I don't remember much. Of course, I was a little bit younger, like 4 or 5 years old, but I do remember some stuff. And, when they beat the Bulls in that 93-94 season, they ended up winning 57 games that year. They ended up getting swept in the finals, but hey, they made it to the finals.
I'm so glad you mentioned that too, because I have a little tad bit I want to add on there. Go ahead, though.
Yeah, but we're all about the ifs, and if Penny stayed healthy and Shaq didn't leave, what could have been. But I don't think that you have that 30 for 30 if it did work out. It was a tantalizing opportunity for the Orlando Magic that they had at the time, and for what they did, I mean, they went from a relatively no-name small market team to now on the big stage in the Eastern Conference, that kind of solidified them into the NBA. Those few years with Shaq and Penny. So definitely, we can look back on it and say, what would have happened and, what could have happened. But, at the end of the day, we didn't see it, but it wasn't for the worse anyway around. Everybody benefited from that transition.
Let me ask both of you then this, okay? Nick Anderson. Matt, I'm going to ask you first. Would they have won had he made those free throws? Do you think they would have won multiple rings had? Because you remember, he fell off real quick. He never wanted to be fouled again after he didn't want to do free throws after those 4 free throw shots. But do you think had he made at least just one, we'd be looking at a different story?
No, because at that time they just weren't ready. I mean, Hakeem Olajuwon was that deal. That dude was the real deal. It was second best player in the league after Jordan for that little time frame right there at that particular time. I think he was actually in Jordan's draft, if I'm not mistaken. He was the first pick in that draft.
You remember they even told Tree, do not go for that pump fake. And he said he was not going to go for it. And what'd he do? He goes for the fake.
Easier said. Olajuwon sold it so well. The dream shake, man. It was a dream shake. He got everybody with that. He got Shaq, killed Shaq with that. But the Rockets were really good for those 2 years, man. They had a really good team. But I don't know, man. I mean, if Nick Anderson hit those free throws, I think they probably would have won that game. But you saw.
You think they would have won the series though?
No, because that was the first game of the series.
They literally all went. I mean, as soon as that ended, they even said, "Oh, he's going to come back." But you saw his demeanor. You saw the whole team demeanor. It's like they were deflated. They had just quit. So that's why I wonder what if,
that Rockets team was too stacked right at that particular moment, man. I don't think they would have beat them then. But I think after a couple of seasons, after they would have signed Shaq back, got some good more pieces on the bench, some rookies on that squad, and some free agents, man, I think they would have ended up.
What do you think, Shane? Do you think Nick Anderson, if he had made at least just one of those 4 straight free throws, and I remember Matt will tell you this too, Nick Anderson was like 97% accurate from the free throw. He was Mr. Automatic, and he missed not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 straight free throws. Do you think maybe we could be talking a whole different story had he made just one?
Well, I think it would be a completely different series. I'm along the same lines with Matt here. That Houston team was just too stacked. But plus, you also got to remember they really only had one player on that team with legitimate playoff experience and a veteran leadership role in Horace Grant. I mean,
Hmm.
everybody else had never experienced that. So that's why I don't think they pull it out now. Say you have a couple of those guys on the roster that are key contributors. Maybe they could have pulled it out, but not not just the confidence thing from Nick Anderson and those free throws, but they didn't have any proven veteran leadership there for that finals environment.
And people often wonder, like, what if? I'm gonna bring back the whole statement of what if man could fly? What if man grew wings can fly? You don't know, but was such an amazing team. Albeit it was only that 4 years that we really got to see what really might have been one of the best dynasties to potentially develop. And Matt just alluded to it as well, y'all, that had they opened the pocketbooks up and that general manager did not blow the team away he did, you never know. You really never know. This team was loaded. They were supposed to challenge the Bulls. They were supposed to challenge the Rockets. They were supposed to be the team of the East. I mean, even Reggie Miller said the same thing. He was in sticker shock at what happened. And then Matt said it too, is the moment Shaq left, the team never regained itself. They still haven't. They're still to this day wondering what could have been. And I mean, we're not going to sit here and harp on 4 free throws. However, that seems to be the central. I mean, Jim Rome, of course, Jim Rome likes to beat a dead horse on these things, and he was adamant that Nick Anderson cost them the finals. I think it was a collective, but you never know. It's always what could have been. Let us know what you guys think in the comment section. Could this team have been something even better? Who knows? All right, let's go to the next topic. There is a brand new collegiate athletic program, a part of the NAIA world. And yes, like I said, this is a real institution. Welcome to United States Sports University, based just outside of Mobile, Alabama. The Eagles are starting to play in the 2027 football season with NAIA, but this is not the end. They're actually going to go to every sport by 2028. But the NAIA, boy, Brandon, we're having a hard day today, is actually growing even more. Now, this little bit that I'm going to show you, it is with volleyball. However, every school has a football program as well. Now, I don't know if you can see it, Matt, Shane, can y'all see the picture very well?
Yeah.
And so you see there's a long list of some really interesting programs. But what I was going to ask for multiple, but I'm going to ask this starting with you, Shane. What small school next would you personally like to see make the jump to, say, Division II off of this list?
The one that stands out, just because I watched the show, is Blue Mountain. Christian Toppers. There's a lot of teams that I really haven't kind of heard of. Westland comes to mind. They're kind of a bigger school and a more well-known program, especially in football. Yep. Area things, and football is the main money maker when it comes to a lot of these colleges and universities, especially the smaller ones. So I would definitely see them being kind of that first name out there to make that jump.
I like that. What about you, Matt? You see this list right here. Which on this list do you think makes that next jump that could be Division II?
I was looking at Loyola, the Wolfpack, Loyola, maybe Westland, two little more known schools, man, out there. Some of these schools I've never even heard of.
I'm surprised you're not mentioning Faulkner. Faulkner is a very well known institution. They're one of the oldest ones actually in the Southeast. But there are a lot of good names on here, and I like that you both have said Wesleyan. We both know, and folks, if you don't know this, Wesleyan, the name Wesleyan alone is synonymous with greatness, and I like that these schools are starting to get with the times, and just because they're NAIA doesn't mean they're going to move to, D3, D2. I don't think they're going to go D3 just because the money is better at D2 level, but who knows? And I did contact the SID at the United States Sports University, which that's a cool name, by the way. And we're supposed to hear back. They may be coming on the show, so stay tuned for that one. But let us know in the comments, what school would you guys like to see from NAIA make that jump to D2? We'll talk about more later. Now let's go to the next topic. What an amazing FIFA World Cup. This actually is going to go down as the most watched World Cup in human history. Now, during America's big run, the average of people who watched the numbers was 89.2 million people. That was just during the American run. However, when America ended the run, it's still over 100 million people on average per match they watch. Well, the World Cup made an estimate number through Nielsen, and they said that they believe an estimated 800 million views will be totally. However, preliminary results have come out. You guys ready to hear how many people are going to watch Sunday's final? 1.5 billion people alone. It is the most watched sport. And this is how much of how big it is. You can put both the summer, the Winter Olympics together. You can put the NBA Finals. You can put the NHL Stanley Cup. You can put the World Series and the MLS Cup combined. All 6 of those combined, and they do not equal 1% of what the total viewership of this World Cup. Do you guys think this could be a sign of great things to come for soccer in America? Remember, soccer, it is the fastest growing sport in the world, but it's not predominant in America. But I'm going to go with you first, Shane. Do you think that this is a sign of great things to come with soccer? You're muted. There you go.
Well, I think, that since this World Cup has been held in North America, it's kind of opened up a lot of people's minds, seeing the fans pour in for these games from other countries, and the interactions that we've had. We see it all over social media, on how the interaction's been with the fans coming over from other countries and interacting with us Americans as as not really a soccer predominant area, but their passion has, I think, ignited a passion in the U.S. for soccer. We've seen the MLS get bigger and bigger here over the last couple 5 years. Yeah, it's really become prominent, and I think that the soccer world is going to build off the momentum from this World Cup. Moving forward in the MLS, and then in a couple of years with the Olympics.
It's exciting. I mean, think about this too, Shane. I mean, you and I, and Matt, we're all normal Joes. We're normal people, and the amount of people who, I didn't know that there's so many people invested. And my nephew, little Jackson, he was so elated with Argentina winning the other day that he was crying in happiness. That right there, that's pretty powerful. And that's pretty powerful stuff right there. And you and I even, Shane, have talked about this was a fantastic World Cup. Honestly though, Shane, do you watch soccer regularly? Because I don't. Sorry, I know you.
I do. It's I played soccer, so I enjoy it, and knowing a little bit about the game definitely piques interest. So being able to have it widely broadcast and everything else, like we have with this World Cup, and as many people watching it, you learn the game, and so that piques your interest, and so you follow it further. And so I think that's that's the main benefit from something like this.
I agree. What do you think, Matt? Do you think we're on the precedence of seeing a complete overhaul, and the Americans are going to widely accept soccer more now than, say, a few years ago?
Most definitely. I mean, we see it out in the forefront right now. It's the big thing right now that's in the States. I think they've done a good job, man, coming from back when they first started, MLS first came here to the States to now. I think they've kind of progressed quite nicely. Not a crazy jump, but they're progressing nicely. And they're putting their ducks in a row. They're still incorporating, the soccer from outside of the States, and things like that with little tournaments and players having those obligations and having to play in those tournaments. So I think soccer is kind of doing it right. They're trying to, I think they've already overtaken hockey in the United States, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
But
by 38%, actually.
Yeah,
38% more people watch soccer than they do hockey.
Yeah, so they're just trying to, do their clown. They know they'll never beat American football. They could probably be right there with basketball. They probably can catch baseball, depending on how you look at it. But I think they're doing what they need to do, and I think they'll be just fine.
I'm really excited for the future, and let us know if you're excited in the comments. We greatly appreciate that. All right, let's go to the next topic. The 2027 NHL All-Star Game has been announced, and the location is actually just sort of in Matt's old neck of the woods. It's going to be held at where the New York Islanders play. But this will be the first time it has ever been held at the home of the Islanders. So real quick, Shane, I'm going to go to you. Where would you personally like to see an NHL All-Star Game be held in the future?
I'd love to see one in Raleigh.
Yes. Could you imagine how electric that would be too?
Well, yeah, and that's one thing that I was going to bring up. It was, it's been voted on the past few years that, they're in Raleigh at the PNC Center. They're loud, one of the loudest stadiums that you get, and the passion that they bring for a Southern community that has no other sports team. They really show out for the one professional sports team that they do have. So it'd be very, very interesting to see an all-star kind of game there because, I mean, you've got a lot, being right there by Carter Finley Stadium with the tailgates and everything. It could be a different atmosphere than what you would normally see at these bigger cities that host the all-star games. So, that would be an interesting one. But, any kind of small market team, definitely I think Seattle would be a good place to host one as well.
But, I didn't know this about this too, Shane. I didn't realize until I saw this documentary. NC State, you could literally look right out and see the football from the doors of the arena. Yeah. That's pretty neat. I had never knew that.
The tailgate lots, of course, with Dad being an alumni, there, we've been to a few football games, and when they put the arena there by Carter Finley, it's pretty neat because you can walk through the arena area and everything to go into the stadium.
That's pretty cool. I mean, I like that's what makes it more enjoyable is the fact that you get not only, and of course, again, I bring back the Florida Panthers. It's literally in someone's backyard. It's weird, but it's nice that you get to experience everything around. I love that. What about you, Matt? Where would you personally like to see an NHL All-Star Game be held in the future?
Well, man, I don't want to sound like, biased or anything, but I think Atlanta would be a good one. Introducing, getting hockey more, prevalent here in Atlanta where it's really not. So maybe I think a city where hockey isn't the main sport, but it would help. It would help to get it more popular in that city or in that region. But hey man, you gotta go to your money makers. You gotta go to your LA's and New York's and things like that, man. In your Toronto, especially dealing with hockey. So I get it.
I'm excited for this, and I talked to our good friend Phil Hewlett, the PA announcer for your Anaheim Ducks, and he said that they're starting to mention the 28 and 29 locations, and one of the places is the Honda Center where Anaheim plays. So we'll see. All right, now comes the sports story segment. Now, like I said, we were going to do the last couple. No, I think it's going to go until the end of this season, which is August the 4th is the season finale for season 6. So we're going to give you sports stories. It's where we give you love that on the sports stories that you don't traditionally find. Shane, give us your sports story, please.
My sports story is simply going to be titled what we've seen on X posted by some of these NFL players. Worth the cost. We saw with FIFA coming over doing the World Cup, many, I think, 76, 78 games were played at NFL stadiums around America, and they mandate natural grass fields. Studies have shown that natural grass fields are better for the players' bodies and everything else. And when it comes down to it, if we can do it for a World Cup, why can't we do it? For the entire NFL. It's kind of been mentioned. Laramie Tunsil came out on X, explaining, hey, if they can do it for this, why not for us? It's worth the cost. We are the moneymaker. Cattle has come out, as many injuries as San Francisco has, about the benefits on playing on a grass turf. So definitely just a little quick sports story that I had, but I thought, it's something to highlight, to say, hey, maybe, which is, we hope not, but might be a talk in the next CBA agreement that they come to.
Well, and did you see, I don't know if you guys saw the video of them ripping the grass up in the West, and it's obviously they're going to use it for mulch, but they're just throwing it out. And I'm like, what? No, that's, first off, sod is not cheap by any stretch of the imagination. So I kind of am in favor of having natural grass. I mean, yes, it's nice to have turf, and I understand that, and blah, blah, blah. But first off, you're playing on rubber. It's really kind of rubbery, and it's old used tires as well. So I remember I had the unfortunate privilege of playing on, they had just introduced that type of turf. I think it was actually North Cobb, Matt, if I'm not mistaken, that did it first in Georgia. And
I think so.
I remember when I got tackled there, and it sprays up. Every time you get tackled, it sprays up on you. That's not a good feeling when you go, and it goes into your mouth. It's gross. So
it goes to your eye.
Yeah, it's not good. So I don't know. I hope, what we should do, Shane, we should start lobbying to maybe have natural turf brought back, because there are so many benefits to the natural grass. I like that. So we will see on that one. Oh, she disappeared. All right, Matt, give us your sports story, please.
The NFL has another gambling controversy, but this one is different. This one is different because, it involves a member of an organization's front office. The league has definitely suspended Arizona Cardinals director of college scouting, Ryan Gold, after determining that he shared confidential, non-public information about the Cardinals' 26 draft selections before the picks were announced. The investigation also found out that Gold participated in parlay betting involving the NFL and college football games. So pretty much, man, I guess he knew who they were drafting, and he put a bet on it and won some money off of that, man. So, the NFL, they said that there's no evidence of that any gameplay or competitive result was affected. But the league also says there's no indication that another Cardinals employee, coach, or player knew about what he was doing. But, it's still a serious situation because Gold worked directly in college scouting and had access to valuable information about, which player Arizona was targeting for the draft. So,
too bad it didn't help him out, though.
Arizona
is Arizona.
I mean, you pay Tyler Algier and you still draft a running back. I get it, Jeremiah Love, but whatever, man.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. That's a good story. My sports story is about some very exciting news has come out of the University of Hawaii football program. The long-term deal between Hawaii and head coach Timmy Chang has been agreed on. They said they're going to announce in the next couple of days what the terms are for the extension. However, it is believed by all, though, that it will be in the ballpark of an 8-year deal with an annual salary of $1.5 million to $2 million. Now, I'm going to say that people are like, that's not a lot of money, but for Hawaii, it is. In fact, his contract term could be the highest salary for all mid-major school coaches. KHON2 said that they believe it could be upwards of $2.5 million annually with incentives. But if this is in fact going to be happening, this is the start of even bigger things for the University of Hawaii athletics. Really excited on it. Now it's time for everybody's favorite segment. It is the Yes, it is the honorable mention where we show some love to up to 5 stories each that just don't get enough of it, and they deserve it. But we care because it's in our DNA. My first honorable mention goes out to the city of brotherly love. And Matt, and Shane, I cringe saying this, but Philadelphia did it right this year's MLB All-Star game and break. Everything was run very smoothly for the first time in almost 6 years. Now, just remember, though, there was no All-Star game in 2020 because of COVID, but the numbers back it up to an estimated 23 million people viewers were during the game and 20+ million during other events. But my favorite absolute part, other than the fact that it was an average increase of 23% compared to the last 3 All-Star games combined, was the tribute they did to the Sandlot and with Ray Charles. And oh my God, that brought literal chills to me when I watched it. That was so neat. And everybody's saying they need to do something similar to this from here on out. And I agree 100%. That was really neat. I thought it was awesome. So again, shout out to Philadelphia for doing it right and bringing fun back to the All-Star weekend. Shane, give us your first honorable mention, please.
Well, my first honorable mention is going to go out to a couple golfers there at the Open Championship across the pond this week at Royal Birkdale. In the second round, Lucas Herbert shot a 62 to become the 6th player to shoot the lowest round in major history. But then only moments later, Sam Burns said, "Hold my beer." He chipped in from the bunker off of 18 to become the 7th person to shoot a 62 in
That's
major
crazy.
history. So definitely shout out to both of them. And it's a pretty weird sight to see the Open Championship without sweaters and raincoats and everything around. But
Normally it's raining like crazy too.
Yeah, it's been some pretty interesting golf, and DeChambeau's in the hunt, so it's always going to be craziness with the media and everybody else around when he's in the hunt on the weekend. So should end up being a great Open Championship here at the end of the week.
Who was the one that got the 2-stroke penalty today? I can't remember.
DeChambeau.
He was arguing pretty good.
Yeah, he was only 1 shot back, but now it's 3 shots back, I believe.
And to tag along, that is weird. Not seeing you're right. Normally you're seeing the long clothing attire, and it's normally raining cats and dogs. So it is weird. Matt, give us your first honorable mention, please.
My first honorable mention is going to go to the PR and marketing team of LeBron James. Guys, he's still milking this thing out. Pat Riley came out today, said that he made a pitch to Rich Paul about LeBron. Giannis is coming out saying we need to win at any cost. But two most notable things happened today. One, LeBron had a little appearance, and
everybody thought,
he said he's going to trust the process, and we all know what the process means. So Sixers fans are up in arms. But the biggest thing is Steve Kerr, man. He was asked by a fan who parked next to his SUV, asking him to go get LeBron James, and Kerr was like, "Oh, we got him." So the Warriors might be the ones that come up with LeBron James here, man. So shout out to the LeBron James PR and marketing team.
let's just not do another 2.5 hours of my taking my talents to the bloggy blogs.
Exactly. We're going to do 3 this time. We're doing 3 this time.
I don't want to do that crap. So my second honorable mention goes out to shouting out to this particular organization is the AUSL. For the league's only being its second year, the viewership went up by 89%. Whoa. On average per game view was 14 million people. This is great news. And the Pro Softball League has already started to see a significant increase as well, as viewers are up by 22% compared to last year. So this is really exciting news. People are and I hate the fact that I mentioned that there's only 3 days left of the AUSL softball season. So, but congratulations, regular season, I say, because you need the playoffs. But congratulations, though, to all the numbers showing that this was the right move. Shane, give us your second honorable mention, please.
Well, my second honorable mention's going to go out to Columbus High School boys basketball program based out of Miami, Florida. They've won 5 straight state championships in Florida's highest classification of basketball. Most currently, they had both the Boozers there where they play.
And where is this at? Columbus, Florida?
Columbus High School in Florida, yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
And that's not hard. That's not easy to do, 5 in a row.
Yeah, well, they're looking pretty poised to do it again next year. They just got a couple more transfers in to pair with their already 7-1 guy that they have. So they now have 3 7-1 guys or 7-footers in their front court. So
that's not fair. You got to admit that's not fair to have that many 7-footers.
Well, then you also tag along that Ty Bell, a top 30 recruit in the 2028 class, is the son of NBA vet Raja Bell, will also be joining them next year.
Oh, wow.
So definitely going to be an interesting season to watch.
Yeah, really. Dadgum. That is definitely an absolute loaded team to the nth degree. Matt, give us your second honorable mention, and I guarantee you, if you can top that is amazing. 5 in a row. I mean, in basketball is daggum impossible, but wow. But Matt, sorry, give us your second honorable mention, please.
The Tennessee Titans, they announced that they are inducting former running back Chris Johnson into the Ring of Honor. I think it's going to take place halftime on their season opener at Nissan Stadium on September 13th. The honor comes just pretty much after Chris Johnson just pretty much let everybody know that he's been diagnosed with ALS. He's probably, I think he rushed for 2,000 yards back in 2009. Had the highest combine speed for a while. And came onto the scene. Like I said, same draft as Adrian Peterson, just came onto the scene and just literally out the gate, boom. So shout out to him and his family, man. Sad, such a sad story, but Tennessee's doing the right thing. So
well deserved, because he is. I don't know if we will ever see quite a player of his caliber ever again, because the game is always improving. Chris Johnson brought a level of football, playing football that we didn't see at the time either. So I think we will never see someone of his level again. I'm not saying we'll never see another 2,000-yard rusher. We absolutely will. But, I mean, that's the same thing with Derrick Henry. We're never going to see someone who could freaking lift a refrigerator and still blow through an entire team and get 2,000 yards. We're never going to see something like that again. But I definitely am proud that he is getting what he absolutely deserves. I hope somewhere down the line he does get the chance to even be inducted into the Hall of Fame. I mean, never say never. He is a fantastic player. It does suck that he's going through what he's going through. So again, our thoughts definitely go out to CJ for that. My third and final honorable mention goes out to the now late great Sam Neill, aka Dr. Grant from Jurassic Park. Unfortunately, passed away recently at the age of 76. Such a great actor, and the list of his roles. Serious? Yeah, he died.
Holy man.
And where have you been? List of his roles in movies. They will never go on movies. Hunt for Red October, all the Jurassic Parks, basically. Just I hate that Sam Neill died. I didn't know he was from. I thought he was from England, but he's from New Zealand. So he was a New Zealand-born actor. So definitely he will be missed, but we will never forget his movies. So Shane, give us your final honorable mention, please, sir.
My last honorable mention is going to go to Erling Haaland, the star of Norway's men's soccer team that went viral for his embracement of American culture, I guess you could say. But
yes, I know what you're going to talk about.
But I'm gonna shout him out because while he was in Dallas, he bought a taxidermied raccoon with a liquor bottle. And it was at an oddity store, a well-known oddity store there in Dallas. And I believe a couple other players got one of them's got a squirrel with a cowboy hat and a little toy pistol, and another one's got a squirrel with a crushed up Budweiser can. But pretty interesting things, and they enjoyed it. But because of that and the viral moments that he's had, that Dallas store has now sold out of almost everything that they have taxidermied. So as we mentioned, the soccer influence coming over here in the fandom, I believe it's well reciprocated back in the other way with them taking the American culture back over to their home countries.
And he also enjoys golf too. Did you see that?
Oh yeah.
He hit he said this is why he looked forward to the most is because he gets to play golf anywhere.
Oh yeah, and lefty too.
Yes. Yep, he was a lefty. I was hoping you were going to mention that about the taxidermy because I saw that I was like, is this real? It popped up on my feed on Instagram. I was like, this is not real that they're doing this, but I was so hoping one of y'all was going to bring that up. That was awesome. Matt, give us your third and final honorable mention, please, sir.
I don't really want to mention this because of the team he plays for, but I got to mention it because he's from around the way, around Norcross, actually. Alvin Kamara was able to kind of rework his contract so he can continue to play for the New Orleans Saints. His goal and the team's goal was for him to remain with the Saints and retire a Saint, so it looks like that's going to happen. They'll pay him a base salary of about $6 million all the way until the contract runs out, man. So, congratulations for him, man, being able to stay in the Southeast, I guess you can't really say that's Southeast, just stay in the South.
Southeast.
Yeah, they're staying in the South, man, closer to home, set about a 7-hour drive. So, shout out to Alvin Kamara. Always gave us problems as far as when he was healthy. He always gave us problems, and when he had Drew Brees, he always gave us problems.
Yes.
So got to give it up to him.
Absolutely. I'm happy, but I'm not happy because we got to deal with him a couple more times because I don't particularly like Alvin Kamara. But that's just me. I'm sure Matt feels the same way I do. So, but yes, absolutely. Congratulations. And, this was such a fun episode. And I hate that all good things do have to come to an end for the night. But, every episode is a lot of fun with us. We get to sit down with you guys for 90 minutes and talk sports. It's a lot of fun. We hope you guys had a good time enjoying what we talked and also learning more about Greg. Sorry, his audio kept going in and out, but we had a lot of good fun times talking with him. We are all a family here. So share, if you can, share our channel with everybody. Say, hey, I found a good sports talk show. It's called the Sportz Nutz, and they have their own network. Share with your friends, your family, everybody you know. Get the word out there that there is this great sports talk show. There's 3 guys that are on there often. There's a great new addition to the team and Ben, and just really excited for the future of the Sportz Nutz Network. I want to let everybody know also that nuttysportstalk.com is almost done. And you guys you're actually going to enjoy what's coming out of it. We have a good friend of mine, and him and I are working really feverishly on this. So don't worry. It's coming out soon. I promise you. Speaking of which, here is the next few episodes you guys can put on your calendar. Episode 247 will be this next coming Tuesday, July 21st. Tony Gladstone is back. We love having Tony, and it's a Tony Knows Balls series. 248 will be Friday the 24th. Desmond Johnson of the Tobacco Road Podcast and Sports Network is back. Now, we always have a good time with him. He's going to actually talk about the upcoming NFL season, and maybe he'll give us the picks for the NFL playoffs. Remember, he is a diehard Carolina Panthers fan, so Shane and him are going to have a good back and forth conversations. I guarantee you on that one. Episode 249 will be Tuesday, July the 28th. Our good friend Chase Cravey, the founder of the show, The Dirty Fanatics United. It's a podcast solely dedicated to the Atlanta Falcons. We're always excited to have him on, but he is going to help give us predictions as well for the upcoming NFL season and also what his thoughts are on this year's Falcons team. It's going to be pretty interesting to learn about that one. Episode 250 will be Friday, July 31st. Our good friend Abe Gordon is back. We are beyond excited that Abe comes on every time he does. He's going to tell us his thoughts on the Atlanta sports scene, and maybe he'll even talk about how the World Cup was, because, Abe is a diehard soccer guy, too. We really enjoy him. And, Matt, what other trouble do you think we could get into with Abe? We're going to have to see on that one. Episode 251, Tuesday, August 4th, is the Season 6 finale of the Sportz Nutz. Plus, we are joined by a very good friend of mine. His name is Ben Carminos. He is actually not only is he a regular reporter, but he's a sports reporter. You're going to really enjoy talking to him. I absolutely enjoy everything Ben talks about. Really good guy, so you guys are going to enjoy that. And then this next episode, it is a special episode. It is listed as 252, but it'll be Thursday, August the 13th. It is a straight episode just for the one guest we have coming on. If you guys like storytelling, then I have the episode for you. A very, very, very special friend of mine. He is actually one of my idols. He is a true Hawaiian, a great storyteller. His name is Kamaka Pile. He is formerly of KHON2, but he is also the founder of Aloha Authentic. If you want to go and kind of get an idea, go on to Facebook, type in Aloha Authentic. You're going to enjoy his stories. He's actually going to talk about the history of Haleiwa, which is one of the most historic towns in the North Shore of Oahu, and you're really going to enjoy it. He's also going to give you a true Hawaiian prayer. So really excited on that one. And then, as everybody knows, episode 253 will be the next day, Friday the 14th. It is the season 7 premiere. This episode is going to kick off one of the best seasons yet of the Sportz Nutz. Bigger guests, bigger stories, more involved sports talk. You're going to be blown away. Matt's almost complete, I think, with the intro and outro for season 7. So stay tuned for that one. So with that being said, though, for everybody that tuned in tonight on Watch the Show, listen to us live on the radio as well as on all of our socials. And we'll be tuning in the international communities for the days to come. Thank you guys seriously so much. Matt, what do you tell everybody not to do and what to do? And also, please provide everybody with your final goodbyes.
Absolutely, guys. We got the end of the week coming up. We got the World Cup this Sunday, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. We have, MLB on the weekend as well. The city's probably going to be packed. It will be definitely here in Atlanta. If you're going to go out and you're going to drink, which 99.9% of us are going to do if we're out watching the World Cup, just play it safe. Call an Uber, have a designated driver, call a Lyft, whatever, man. Last thing you want is the whoops to come up behind you. Because if they come up behind you today or on the weekend, you're not going to see a judge till Monday, guys. So you don't want that. Yeah,
Maybe
the food is,
Monday.
Remember, the food is terrible, and there's one open toilet in front of everybody, and the water never works in the sink. So just go ahead and play by the rules. Don't get flagged in the game of life.
Absolutely. Now, Shane, it's that time. We hate saying this, but it's time to say goodbye. So please tell everybody your final goodbye, sir.
Oh, yeah. Well, as Matt mentioned, everybody stay safe out there. I want to, send out prayers and thanks to the good Lord for my uncle who got cornered and gouged by a bull the other day. Is already back home.
Oh, my word. Wait,
So,
what?
Yeah.
Is he okay?
Yeah, broke his neck, knocked his teeth out, broke his nose.
Holy moly.
Yeah, the horn got him in his leg. So, yeah, but he's back at home recovering and ready to get back to feeding his chickens and all out there on the farm down there in Pelzer. So, thankfully he's doing a whole lot better. But as always, may the good Lord bless each and every one of y'all. Peace, love, and bacon grease.
Peace, love, and bacon grease. And I want to tag along on our thoughts and prayers. Everything that's going on in Kerrville, Texas. It's the second 1,000-year flood that's happened in a year and 8 days. 1 year and 8 days ago, they had the first 1,000-year flood. Now it's another one. So as they always tell you, turn around, don't drown, do not drive in flood waters. You do not know how deep it could be. I'm glad that the all the work that's transpired over the last year about the issue of flooding has saved a lot more people's lives. But we're thinking about each and every person who is affected by those floods. It's horrific. It's sad. So just always think about the people in Kerrville, Texas. And as I always tell you guys, peace up, A-Town down, Y. It's the greatest sports city ever was. Hey, you guys have a fantastic weekend. Unfortunately, though, summer break is coming to an end, and to end soon for most, if not all of us. My girls are already disappointed that they only have 2 weeks left of summer, but I'm kind of ready for it because school's back. We'll be back with you on Tuesday. Until then, you guys have a fantastic weekend. Enjoy this great outro that Matt has created for us. And as always, we will see you again. But until then, goodbye.